So let's take a look here. This is still waiting on, what was this? This is going to be concrete. And concrete's way out there in the plan. All right, so let's take some time here and we'll do another, I need to connect all this. I'm going to run back to the other side of the base and let's install some more of these electric furnaces. And that'll be pretty good. All right, we got the electric furnaces all set up here. Now, take a look at that. My iron is really starting to hurt. Lots of these are finishing up. Okay, so I don't know if we're going to need to finish this before the rocket, but we are certainly starting to run low on our basic resources. So let's go ahead. Let's see where we have it. We have gigantic iron mines over here. And we still just have the one train running. That's astonishing. That's so unlike the normal Rust way of doing things. But okay. All right, so what I think I'm going to do is I've got, let's see, the uranium's probably too far away. I'm going to create 3 stations here, a stone mine, copper mine, and an iron mine, put them all right in this same basic area. And I'm only going to run an iron train for now, but we'll get working on it. All right, so in order to get iron running, we are going to need, in order to get additional trains running, we're going to need to start putting in signals. So the way you do signals, there's a lot of ways you can do it to try to optimize it, and I tend to be the sort of person who obsessively tries to optimize my train system for maximum throughput, and it's all a little bit crazy. But for the simplest thing, what you have to do is you have to create signals that prevent people from crashing into each other. So what we can do here is let's start with simple, and let's try to resist the temptation to go crazy. And if we start seeing capacity problems, then we'll upgrade. We won't double track, we won't do all those complexity. All right, now, normally what I would do is I'd put signals all around to protect all the pieces of track. But really all you have to have are signals that prevent you from fouling the main line. And so what we've got here is we need to have a signal. We need to have a chain signal going out of this little siding so that basically the train won't go onto the main line until it's got someplace to go. Likewise, here's another trick that people often overlook. You need to have chain signals going into the switch. And the reason for that is because if you don't have a chain signal going into the switch, then the train, as it's running, very often will go and it'll go into this position, and then it will stop here, whether or not this station is actually available. So what you want to do is you want to hold it at the station here. Now, if this is all single track, maybe that's not going to matter, but later on when we go double track, that's going to matter quite a bit. So let's go here. We'll put that in like that. I like to have my double-sided stations. We don't have stack inserters yet. I've gotten all the way to this point without stack inserters. That's very unlike me. Whoops. All right, well, we want ordinary inserters should be sufficient. Actually, we'll probably go, I don't actually recall. We can always upgrade these later if we need to. All right, and I'm going to have everything be controlled by the circuit networks. Is everything connected? I think it is now. There we go. This will run over here. So this will be iron ore in. And we want, so total capacity, each of these 50 per slot, so it's 2,400 per chest. The total capacity here is going to be 28,800. And a train coming in with a single wagon will carry 2,000. So what we want to do is we want to enable so long as the iron ore is less than 26,000. So if it's less than 26,000, then we know that we can offload an entire belt's worth, or not an entire belt's worth, but an entire wagon's worth. Now, I think we should design this for when it's actually going to be double-sided or double speed. So the problem here is that the inserters, of course, only place on one side. So what I will traditionally do is that I'll have a belt arranged basically like this. This turns it into a double-sided belt. Now, if I wasn't caring about overall throughput, that would be enough right by itself. But of course, remember that I am planning to eventually have a red belt here, not a yellow one. And so what I'll do here is that I'll do this and like so. These two things will come together. And then what we'll have is we'll have these both dump into this belt. And we'll just start the upgrade process. Alt-U brings up the upgrade planner. You can select things, and if they're available in your inventory, then your construction bots, or in this case nanobots, will rebuild them all. All right, so that's iron ore in. We're going to want to have a fuel line here as well. And, oh, we're not currently building those. Interesting. Let's get ourselves some cargo wagons. We don't have enough steel for that. Well, that's irritating. Sure, we're not backlogging steel yet, but... oh, we're out of fuel. Okay, so we're out of fuel here. We're out of fuel downstream because we had coal in the line. But the splitters are expecting rocket fuel. As I said, anytime that you change how the line works, it causes pain. In this case, I think it was a good change, but you just have to be willing to pay for it. All right, so coal is going to spill out here, basically. This is not a good design, but it'll be good enough for the moment. Let's actually split this and we'll have the right to be coal only. So we can just kind of chew it up, hopefully. All right, so we've got rocket fuel. All of this is probably slightly hung up by coal. Is that what's going on? Got rocket fuel coming in. There we go, rocket fuel's showing up. We'll use that for all of our smelting. Still a little tiny bit of coal left out on that line, so it was making a little tiny bit of steel. Not exactly what I was planning to do, but oh well. All right, have I got all that coal cleared out? All right, so we still don't have enough steel. Let's drop off the research that we placed here. Got too much military research just hanging around. I can dump rocket fuel into these to empty my inventory. All right. I've got iron and copper sitting. Good. Break that just temporarily so I can get some things into my inventory. Not a good long-term solution. Let's drop off all the copper that we got. There's some more. Drop that off while we're here. And this is dropping off iron. All right. Just need one wagon, folks. There we go. Got one queued up. All right, we'll put that back where it was. And we'll come over here. And let's go ahead. We do need to get some fuel out this way to this train. Would have preferred to do it otherwise, but hey, it's what we got. Maybe we'll switch this to logistics later. I'm always debating with myself about whether I want to use logistics robots to deliver fuel to trains. Because you got to admit, hey, it's really easy. But on the other hand, it feels just like a little wrong. Like if you got the whole point of trains is that they're supposed to be about, far remote stations, and you can have logistics robots that just fly to them. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's really that remote. But then again, maybe I'm worrying too much about the fiction and not enough about the game. So we'll go there. We're going to get some rocket fuel to those eventually. And we'll put a wagon in between them. There we go. All right. Rocket fuel will last them a very long time. All right, so we'll add a station here for iron ore in. Empty the cargo and also wait for inactivity. And we'll, in the meantime, we'll run out here. Now, the signal is blocked here because, of course, we've got the oil train out there and abouts, wherever. So let's see if I can move that out of the way. Or actually, let's just move it over here. Let's move it a little further. By the way, when you're inside the train scheduling thing, you can control click on the map in order to send temporary waypoints. That's a relatively new feature they added just a little while ago. Oh, and I just got rocket fuel into my cargo. Not what I wanted. All right. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to figure out for each of these stations, I'm going to need similar signals like I did before. You can use actually either type of signal when you're going in because it's kind of a dead-end shot. But if you want to make it elegant, if you want to make it like feel right, at least for me, what I like to do is I like to have ordinary signals going in, chain signals going out. All right, ordinary signal going in, chain signal going out, and now we're going to build, we'll set that to automatic and leave. All right, now what we're going to build is we're going to build stations that are very similar to what we built previously, just now. I don't really want to, I want to be able to go copy paste it all. All right, well, let's send the train back to me. We'll work on copy pasting. And this is going to go back to the iron ore. Now this other train is just stuck here. It's stuck here, of course, because I'm basically running around on the main line, and so I can never ever get out of its way. So I'm kind of causing a problem, but it'll be all right. All right, so I don't want to copy, I mean I could, but I don't want to copy all the output lines. Because what's actually going to happen is you're going to have a very different set of belts when you set up the belts for a loading station. I also want to leave this thing, I'm going to set this in manual mode because I actually want to have all of these in a siding as well. How am I going to lay this out? I want to leave enough space for the station. I guess actually for these small stations, it's pretty easy to leave enough. Okay, so we got that. Leave some space here. We'll leave some more space for a third one. We have 3 stations because we've got iron, copper, and stone. I occasionally will do a mixed mode train that just like will pick up a bunch of things and then you try to do sorting later on. It kind of works. It's kind of awesome, but it's also kind of doesn't work very well. So I have an input signal on each of these. We'll have an output signal. No, no. Come back. Go further. Come on, get all the way in here. This is going to be the iron ore. This needs to go to iron ore, and it's going to say full cargo. We'll send it there. All right. Now we don't, we need our power lines connected here. And maybe that's enough for everything. All right, we don't need the fuel, so we're not going to refuel out in the remote bases. But what we do want is we're going to want a belt like this and a belt like this. These are both coming off of the mines, so we want to copy paste the mines, only the mines are not accessible. So I guess I'll just rebuild. It's not like it's a terribly complex layout. All right, copy and paste a whole bunch of times. We'll run I'm out of belts. All right. All right, we'll copy and paste and paste. There we go. I'll have these run down here. I really would like to make this all prettier, better, splitters and all that sort of stuff, but this will work for now until I can go and I can get myself, until I can go get more belts. So I'm out of iron and I'm out of belts right now. All right, we can grab lots of belts here. That's 300 of them. We'll call that good for now. We got lots of coal, a lot more than I really want. How are we doing for iron? I'd like to pick up a lot more than I'm doing right now. Yeah, let's go down. We'll grab it off the chest. We got 1,000 copper. No appreciable amount of steel. 5. 2,200 steel. Or iron. Alright, so this will be our iron in. That one's still stopped. Why is it not making progress? That's odd. Why is it not making progress to iron ore? Oh. I'm sorry, I sent it to the wrong station. Silly, silly me. All right, so now I've got enough belts that I can make. Little trick here, if you want to break something and not have it go straight back into your inventory because of nanobots, you can hit tab to change your current quote-unquote weapon so that it's not the nanobot emitter anymore. So that way you can just drop something off, but you can still mark the chest for destruction so that once logistic robots actually exist, then you'll be able to do it. But I need to turn nanobots back on in order for that to be useful to me. Oh, I built this all the wrong way. Am I still doing it backwards? All right, I just feel like an idiot. Okay, whatever. And we'll build that power line. That should get everything more or less running. All right, so I'm out of those power poles as well. Well, no, I've still got plenty of belts. So I need more power poles to get all this running. Got more belts here. Oh, and all of these are now backwards because, of course, these were originally configured for going in. Oh, look at that. My blue, the blue inserters are actually in the right direction, which means that they were actually backwards on the original station. So I'll have to go fix those. How much do we have? We got only 300 so far. Let's go ahead and we'll send it over there. Just start to run the iron train a little bit. So all these blues, as we noted, are backwards. So now they're fixed. And now we're going to put things onto the belt. Okay, yeah, to fill a belt, we're going to need blues on the output as well. So we'll definitely need blues on the source side. But this will be red belts here. Let's give a little priority for the local mine, just so we can exhaust it eventually. Let's see here. And let's go ahead and upgrade these. So I'm going to have a red belt worth of items coming through here. I don't really need to have red belts further than this because I'm taking my iron line and splitting it in half. So that should be sufficient. Oh, did it mark that to upgrade again? That's weird. Okay. So the train has been emptied. Oh, the train, we don't have circuit network on that destination station yet. Cool thing is you can watch the cargo as it fills up. All right, so I'm going to get myself over to that station ASAP. Yeah, this is all going to need to be upgraded and upgraded. And I don't know if we want to support. I guess this will. Yeah, this looks like this is enough. Looks like we're going to be okay. We will, like, this is an iron ore. This one will be copper. This one will be stone. And we need to set a limiter on this that says we want to do this when there's more than 2,000. Now we have to rename those again. So I copy pasted. Copper ore. Want this to watch for copper. We want this. Oh, it's not built yet. All right. We'll have to remember when it comes time that we'll need to fix that. Did we send an entire train already? Very nice. Okay, how are we doing here on our research? Those are going to be very cheap, but that's 1,000 of everything times 60. So I think we've currently got 40 labs, so it'll take a second and a half per, meaning it's going to take 1,500 seconds. That's 25 minutes to research rocket silo. That's a lot. All right. Still unloading that. So I guess what I'll do is I'll call a halt on the episode right here. And we'll let the rocket silo research complete. It's been Russ. I'll see you later.